Welcome to my channel. I'm Dani Marie AUC, and today I'm going to be showing off some new blind tech. I'm going to show you guys the Spectrum Access app. Let's jump in. If you would like to support my channel, you can do so by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. This is episode 2 in a series and a playlist that I am calling New Blind Tech. And I'm covering everything from technology to gadgets to cool new toys or whatever it may be. These items can be geared directly at blind and visually impaired individuals, or they can just be items that are accidentally beneficial to us in the community. You know, it's fun either way, and the word new doesn't necessarily mean that they're new, but many of them will be new to me. And I hope we can all find something that maybe we haven't seen before. In a recent video, I covered how the blind and visually impaired community can watch TV. If you are interested in that, feel free to check it out after you watch this video. I will have it linked above and below for your convenience. Also, it is such a huge misconception that the blind and visually impaired community doesn't enjoy TV and movies just as much as those of you with working eyes. We definitely can, and this app is one of the many tools that helps us to enjoy it a little bit better. What is Spectrum Access? Spectrum Access is an app created by Charter Communications in 2020. It was first only available on iOS, but they recently released the Android version of this app as well. We will be looking at both versions. Spectrum Access is an app that allows you to download closed caption files and audio description files and sync them along with whatever media you're watching so that you can enjoy it in whatever way is most comfortable for you. The app's description says that it has 300 plus titles, and that's going to include various episodes of TV shows and movies. That's a pretty fair collection. I'm hoping that it will grow over time because no, I haven't been able to find every movie or TV series episode that I wanted to watch, but the fact that we have another option on top of some of the ones I've already covered in the video I mentioned earlier, the more tools we have available to us, the more we will be able to enjoy TV and movies in a way that is comfortable for us. So let's get into it. You guys can find download links for both versions of the app, Android and the iOS version, in the description below, or you can find it by searching Spectrum Access in those respective app stores. Once you download the app, it is so important and so awesome to note that there is no login required. You're not required to have a Spectrum account. You're not required to log into your service provider. You're not required to give them any credentials for anything. You're not even required to give them an email. And you guys know almost every single app you download on your phone and open requires you to enter an email, but this one did not, and that is truly wonderful. When you use the app, you are required to give permission for the app to use your microphone, and that is so that the app can listen to the media that you're watching and sync the audio description or closed caption files along with it so that you're getting real-time audio description or closed caption. So, having said all of that, let me show you guys how the app works. I will be showing off both Android and the iOS version on my iPad. And I will be showing off a little bit of talkback and voiceover, along with the closed caption option toward the end, just as an added bonus for anybody who may be watching this video who isn't visually impaired and is just curious. So I mentioned that not every movie or TV show I have looked for has been available on the app, but we're going to start with one of my all-time favorite animated movies. This is Lilo and Stitch. Yes, Lilo and Stitch is on Disney Plus with audio description. I was actually watching it before shooting this video. I love this movie, but that's beside the point. I'm gonna open up the Spectrum Access app and show you guys how this works. All right, we're gonna open up the Spectrum Access app here, and it opens us up to a home page, which is essentially which essentially highlights some of their biggest movies and TVs. We have Spectrum Originals. We have just in theater movies like Little Fish and Milk FBI. Then we have a whole list of superhero movies. You know, that's probably pretty high demand, but again, those are on Disney Plus. I highly recommend Disney Plus. But if you don't have Disney Plus and you happen to have these DVDs or Blu-rays or any other version of them that you found available to you, they're on here too. But what we're going to do is we are going to scroll down to the children's movies, and we're going to go over to Lilo and Stitch and click on it. And it gives us two options. We have the option to download audio description with full audio or download closed captioning. And I'm going to click audio description with full audio. Oh, we got a failure. Let's try it again. Okay, we're having an issue. Unfortunately, we're running into an error, and I'm just gonna leave this in here to show you guys that sometimes things happen. So let's try an entirely new movie. I really wanted to show you guys Lilo and Stitch, I'll be honest. I'm a little disappointed, but here we have Avengers Infinity War, and it has downloaded on my phone and is finished. I will stop right here and say that the sync process is not always perfect, and sometimes it is more in sync than other times. And I mean, it's not a perfect system. So when this is most useful for me, in theory, is that say you're watching something with a group of people and they're watching it on a large TV, and you want to sit and enjoy the movie as well, but don't want to disturb them while they're not watching with audio description or closed captioning. Again, for those of you who need that, you could put in a little Bluetooth earbud or connect some headphones, whatever it is that suits your needs the best, and can have your audio description play right in your ears. Something that might also help those of you who are visually impaired and hard of hearing is using this and having your volume turned up in your ear, because all the ones that I have tested out have audio description and full audio for the movie or TV show that I watched. And that is so wonderful in that you can have it in your ears and turn it up really loud if that is something that you need. So keep that in mind as another use case for this. And we're going to try syncing the app on our iPad. This is an iPad Pro, and I am honestly still getting used to using this. All right, I'm gonna open Spectrum Access. Now, I have not opened this app on here, I guess, since it's updated. So here you get to see what it looks like when you first open the app. It's saying, to use Spectrum Access, please agree to the terms of service, and it has the terms and conditions and the privacy policy that you can click on and read in detail. And you can click agree or disagree. Now, the app is open to that same homepage. I'm just going to click Avengers Infinity War because it's right there, and see if the audio description will download this time. It's downloading. And I'm not sure why Lilo and Stitch refused to download, but I'm so glad this one is. This version of the app looks exactly like the Android version. They didn't seem to do any tweaks. The back arrow is in the same place. It's everything appears to be exactly the same. So I'm gonna hit play on my movie here, and then I'm gonna hit play right here, and it's when I hit play, it asked me if I would like to access the microphone. We use the microphone to record snippets of sound used to sync with the movie you're watching. And you can click don't allow or okay, and I'm going to click okay because we definitely want it to do that. And now I'm going to hit play on the movie again and hit play here so it will sync.
Hear me and rejoice. You have had the privilege of being saved by the great Titan. think this is suffering. No. It is salvation.
It's taken a little while to sync.
Universal scales
There we go.
tip toward balance because of your sacrifice.
And here it is on my iPad.
Corvus stabs someone.
For even in death, you have become children of Thanos.
Fire. Then holds out his hand.
There we go.
The Tesseract appears in his fingers.
Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to jump over to a TV series that is not on Disney Plus. And the selection of TV series is a little limited, and when I could find a TV series to try out, I often found that they only had one season, and it wasn't always the newest season, which is often what you'll find on Hulu, where they will carry the newest, few seasons. So that's something to keep in mind, but we're gonna check it out anyway. Let's get over there. All right, we are here looking at Chicago PD. This is season 8, episode 1, and I actually have not watched Chicago PD. I do watch Chicago Med, but that's beside the point. I'm gonna open up our Spectrum Access app again. We're gonna go back. There is an explore section where you can tap over to series, and I'm going to click action and find Chicago PD, and we see that they only have season 8, which is fine because that's what we're demonstrating here. Now I'm going to download the audio description with full audio, and I'm going to start this while it downloads. And as soon as it starts, I'm going to hit the plus button. As soon as it starts, I'm going to hit the play button, and it will start syncing.
Thanks for meeting me, Kevin.
Yeah, sure thing.
Please, have a seat. So I have been reviewing the evidence in the Doyle homicide case, and
I just wanted to touch base with you. One more time.
And it's synced.
I'm not sure what you're asking.
I'm asking if there's anything you would like to add. Or modify.
No. I stand by my original statement.
A flashback.
We're going to stop there. Sadly, there was only one line of audio description in that, but hopefully you guys caught that, and it's, like I said, it's not a perfect app yet, but it is yet another addition to our toolbox that we can use to watch and enjoy media and TV the way that we want. Now, what I'm going to do is I am actually going to close this app, and I'm going to turn on TalkBack, and I'm going to show you guys really how things are going to work with TalkBack on Android. And I will note that I am not a TalkBack expert. Plus, there has recently been an update, and I'm still figuring things out. I plan to do the same with VoiceOver as well, but again, not a VoiceOver expert. If you've come here for tutorials on either of those text-to-speech situations, I am not your girl. Maybe one day, but not today. All right, I'm going to use the shortcut, which is volume up, volume down.
TalkBack on.
To turn on TalkBack.
Spectrum access. Vibrate.
All right, and we're already on our
volume set
Spectrum.
to 65%.
We're already on our Spectrum Access. I'm going to double tap.
Spectrum access. Progress indicator.
Loading. Okay, now, can we find it again? Actually, we have a continue watching heading.
2% Chicago PD button.
We're
Double
going
tap to
to
Chicago PD back button. Chicago PD heading. Delete all up. NBC look. Chicago season 8 heading. 1 Fighting Ghost downloaded button. Chicago PD season 8 episode 1. Chicago PD season. Delete all downloads button. Fighting Ghosts. 2020 TV for sync and play audio description with full audio button.
All right.
Double tap to activate.
Let's try this one more time.
Not paid. Man was walking
Preparing to
down the
sync.
street,
Back
minding his
button.
own business.
so the 2 men inside of the recording studio who shot and killed Doyle.
Syncing.
You will use your
A shootout. Yes, ma'am.
And we're synced.
Okay. Then I guess I need to file a motion to dismiss.
That's your call.
No, it's actually your call. You were the only witness. So if you think Doyle is to blame, there is no case.
Like I said, I got no idea what you're talking
Full
about.
audio. Pause button. Sync paused.
Please don't make it.
And again, not a lot of audio description moments in this clip right now, but hopefully you guys could hear and also see, for those of you who can see, how easy that is. Even with talkback, I am not a very strong voiceover user. So let's turn this on. We have our shortcuts actually.
Voiceover on. Accessibility show hide controls. Activate.
Again, I am not a voiceover expert. I am barely barely an amateur. But
Spectrum access.
there's our app.
In progress.
We're gonna see if we can
Home. Heading.
all right, here we go.
Continue watching. Heading. Temple. Button. Pop blue. Shik. And see the amazing race. The neighborhood. Speaking rate. Containers. Headings.
Let's see if we
Young
can.
Sheldon. Justin V. Little Fish. MLK/F. Greenland. Come true. Come true. Come true. Button. No Man's Land. Temple. Button. Popular TV shows. Heading. Chicago. NC. Just superhero. Download.
All right.
Explore. Tab 3 of 5.
The options for explore
Selected.
is actually
Explore.
in a
Tab 3 of 5.
is actually in a menu at the very bottom, and explore is in the center.
Search. Settings. Tab 5 of 5. Series. Button.
And because I am a terrible voiceover user, I am running my finger along the screen to find the items that I need, because no, I have not learned all the shortcuts. So let's
Series.
we're gonna find
Button.
series,
Selected.
and we're gonna go
Series.
tap.
Action. 6.
We're gonna open action.
Back. Action. Search. Caps. Chicago Fire. Chicago PD.
Chicago PD.
Back. Chicago. NBC. Season 8. 1. Fighting Ghosts.
All right,
Button.
this is our series.
Du-
We're gonna double
Back.
tap again.
Button. Chicago Fighting Ghosts. 2020. Download audio description with full audio. Button. Downloading audio description
All
with
right.
full audio 0%. Cancels download. Downloading audio description with full audio 6%. Cancels download. Button. Sync and play audio description with full audio. Button.
All right, I think we're ready. Let's hit play again and see if we can get this thing to sync, and essentially just show you guys that it works pretty well.
Okay? We both know what you've been doing. It's gotta stop now before someone gets hurt.
Like I said,
I heard that
I don't know
unlabeled
what
button.
you're
I don't know about you
talking
guys.
about. If I did,
It said
no way I
button,
could agree to that.
but it is
The kid
syncing.
Atwater broke the most
Syncing.
sacred rule there is. He snitched on the police. On a cop who died in the line of
Syncing.
duty. With a wife and 2 little kids. That's not bad enough. State
Syncing.
Attorney's office just dropped the case. The two punks that killed Doyle. A Chicago police officer.
This one's even more in sync than the previous one.
No, he crossed the line. And Wall is there
There to keep us together. He keeps us safe.
It's
It's a Bible, like 10 Commandments. You of all people know that, Hank. If someone chooses to violate that code, he's got to pay the price. The way it's always been. The way it always will be.
Voight stews staring into the distance as Nolan leaves. Chicago PD. Description by Caption Mats. Atwater sits with a woman in a park while her kid shoots hoops.
Signed a statement with the state's attorney.
Full pause. Button.
Now, this is something I did want to point out, is that from my experience with TV series and commercial breaks, was that each time there was a commercial break and it cut for a little while, I had to resync the audio. Now, I watched a couple episodes of Chicago Med with this app to really kind of test it out, and it's a super easy fix. All you have to do is click restart sync, and it will restart the sync for you. But it didn't do that here. This was just a title screen that it jumped from into the next, part of the show. But that's just something else to keep in mind. Let's add this one to our toolbox. Whether you are an Android or an iOS user, you can download the app for free. It is super easy to set up, even with TalkBack and VoiceOver and the occasional unlabeled button. But we will get them an email out about some of that, and hope that they will fix it right up. I mentioned I would show you guys the subtitles, and that is what I am going to do right now. Let's try Big Hero 6. I know that's on Disney Plus as well, and I think I also have a version of that on my own server. So we're gonna click Big Hero 6, and we're gonna click download the closed captions. And it does seem to be working, so let's get back into Disney Plus and I'll show you guys how that goes. Alright, we have Big Hero 6 here. I have clearly watched half of this movie and never finished it. So I'm going to start this movie, and then I'm going to let it sync and see how well it does while syncing in the very middle of the movie. Let's do it.
We're under attack from a supervillain, people! I mean, how cool is that? I mean, it's scary, obviously, but how...
So, of course my battery died through this, but never you mind. The font size on the closed captioning is not super huge, so for anyone trying to use that as someone who is visually impaired, you might struggle a little bit. I'm not sure it's very helpful with that in particular. If you guys have suggestions for New Blind Tech, please feel free to let me know via social media or in the comments below. You know I love your comments. As usual, you guys are the best. I do have more ideas for this series in the works. Feel free to check out the playlist at the end of the video. It'll be over here somewhere. And until next time, stay curious. Bye.